I think a lot of Americans care about loose nukes so they don't wind up on top of our heads. But let me go to Joy. Joyanne, so do you think Obama has tried enough to reaching out over the last 2 years? And is that his mistake, that he tried too hard to reach out for these last 2 years? Or do you think he should try for another 2 years?
Well, you know, Cenk, when you started out talking about It Takes Two, I thought I might be on MTV. But then after your last guest just spoke, now I think I'm in an episode of The Twilight Zone, because apparently the Ronald Reagan START Treaty really isn't all that important. We don't have to worry about loose nukes. No, I think President Obama has to come to the realization, after 2 years of trying to work with these folks, that there is no Republican Party. There are just some folks over on the other side who've been kidnapped by the Palinites, and they're not going to work with him. Their only interest is looking ahead to the next election and trying to defeat him, as Mitch McConnell said, to make him a one-term president. So he doesn't have allies. Now, there are people that he can try to isolate from the herd and try to work with them, because either in the lame duck session they're on their way out, like a Kit Bond or a George Voinovich, people who've been run out of the party, like a Bob Bennett in Utah, who may be willing for their legacy to try to get some of their earmarks through or get some of the things they want done on their way out the door. Or he could target a Scott Brown, who's looking real vulnerable if he looks at the re-election of the Massachusetts governor and that fluke election that he won because he was up against a potted plant. So I would probably go after someone like him as someone you can work with because they have to.